Hi, Amanda again from Adventures with FitNyx. It's been a little while, but I'm back with another video review. This is another unboxing of the Ashi box April edition. It's a little bit bigger than last month's Ashi box, so it's in a different box, not actually a labeled Ashi box, but it's every bit as good as last year's Holy Festival box. This month, the theme is the Goddess Within. Obviously for a box inspired heavily by Indian mythology, Indian religion, and Indian culture, the goddess ideas here are going to be more reflective of the Indian subcontinent and less of a global kind of culture. But because I love India and I love Indian culture, this is perfect for me. So we're going to dive right in here to some of the goodies. So again, it's Goddess Within. So a lot of these items are meant to evoke the feeling of a goddess, to make you feel magical, powerful, to kind of be adornments in much like the tradition in India, to adorn the body, to generate spiritual power. So the very first thing I've gotten here in this cute little bag, I love little cute little bags. I actually have an armband, which you can also wear as a bracelet. Stuck here. So this is just a beautiful little adornment. You can throw it on, make it an armband. It's adjustable, so if it's a little bit tight, you can adjust it to a little bit better of a fit. You can also adjust it to be a bracelet instead. It's a little bit big for me to wear as a bracelet, but it's perfect for me to wear as an armband. And if it does get a little tight, you can always just open it up just a little bit further to make it more comfortable. So a great little jewelry piece here, an adornment that's pretty popular in India, and just a very beautiful way to just accent anything sleeveless. Good thing I'm wearing sleeveless today, but this would go beautifully with a lot of different things, and in the gold tone, it's just gorgeous. So what's next? Next we have an herbal facial steam. So this is a bunch of herbs you put into water, hot water, and then the steam comes off of it and it gets infused with the herbs. So you boil the water with the herbs in it, steam it, simmer it with the lid on, then you take the lid off. You get the steam in your face. It's really hot, so please be careful if you do try an herbal steam. Don't stick your face in there right away. It's going to be pretty warm, and then have a cool towel or something nearby to wipe off after you're done. But this is a really nice facial treatment, kind of one of those things to make you feel like a goddess, just with the beauty kind of thing, like any kind of a spa would give you that goddess treatment. So that's a nice little addition here. Up next, I've got a couple things here. You may not know what these are at first sight, but these are actually tubes of henna. So if you've ever seen henna designs, they're like a brownish color, and then you put them right on your skin. It's kind of like a temporary tattoo in a way. It's very, very popular in Indian culture to do henna designs. And if you don't know any henna designs, there's a whole booklet full of how to henna yourself. So there's a whole bunch of different beautiful patterns. Hands are very popular for henna, hands and arms. You can see they're very intricate. These little tubes have a little kind of spigoty thing. I'm not sure if you can see there on the top. It's a little bit blurry, but you actually get like a little, you take that end off, and you can just kind of place it where you need it for the dots and the designs. Again, some are very, very intricate, and I'm not sure about my delicacy with applying these things. But if you had somebody who had a much more sure hand, they could probably do some really beautiful designs. There's some that are a little bit more simple. You can see here that this is a lot more thick areas instead of a lot of little tiny lines, and like something like this one here. That's a lot more complex with little designs inside. The bigger designs, maybe not for beginners, but there are definitely some in there that I think I could pull off. And you can always go to an artistic friend. So that's pretty cool. That's another adornment, very popular. In fact, henna tattoos, you can sometimes get henna at festivals and things like that in the United States. So it's not necessarily completely foreign to our culture, but it's definitely something that we could use more often for anybody who wants that added touch, that added decoration on the skin, but doesn't want to make the commitment of a tattoo. That's definitely something that's available and a really neat little option. And going along with that, the next thing in here, it's kind of hard to tell here, these are powders and little posts with different designs in them. These are powder bindies. I'm actually going to open this up here, see if we can show you a little bit more of what it looks like. This is another bodily adornment. So bindies are placed on the forehead, I believe, is the most common placement, right about here. Oftentimes, most often used to represent a married woman. You don't usually see them, traditionally you don't see them on unmarried women. However, they're becoming a more popular, just decorative tool. So there's a bunch of different designs. It's really hard to get this package open when I'm talking. But there's different, again, it's hard to see. For some reason my camera's blurry when I get up close. But there's different designs in here. So some of these different poles, like that was a long scrolly design. This is a small flowery design. And there's a whole bunch. There's actually a whole bunch in here. And then I've got a dozen different colors of powder. So if you want to apply this, I'm not going to demonstrate the henna, but I might be able to demonstrate this right now. You'll want to put some oil on your skin to make it adhere a little bit better. You're going to take the powder, dip this in the powder. I'm doing this right. It didn't seem to work. So I think the best way to do it is actually put a little oil on this too so that the color actually adheres. This one didn't adhere so well. But if it does, if you can get it to adhere, you make the little stamp. Very difficult to see. And again, I'm doing this completely dry, which maybe isn't the best. But it's just a different way to decorate, to adorn. You can do it on your forehead. You could do it probably elsewhere if you really wanted to. And again, there's a lot of different colors here. So I've got the whole spectrum. We've got blues and golds and greens and pinks and silvers and purples. And it's actually very pretty in the bag there. So just another kind of adornment that represents beauty, that can, enhance an outfit, can make you feel like more of a, a goddess of your own. One of the next thing in here, one of the reasons this box is bigger than the normal one is because we have a yoga towel in here. This is from Euphoria. And let's see if I can get this open. I'm having trouble with bags today. Where's my pen? Handy dandy opening tool. There we go. So we've got the yoga towel. Actually, there's these pretty kind of paisley designs in the back that would probably go well with the henna. So just a thought. And the towel itself is, so this is a mat towel. You can actually cover your yoga mat with this. So it's full size. It covers a full mat. The material feels really good. It's very absorbent, probably feels like it would be. Got this beautiful accent stitching here in a pretty purple color. So you put this on your mat when you're doing hot yoga or really any kind of yoga if you're going to be sweating, and it helps you keep your grip because it absorbs your sweat on your hands and feet before you have a chance to slip. Then you can use it after your workout to wipe away your sweat and maintain your goddessly glow. So this is great for your yoga practice, doing yoga devotations, any kind of yoga flow. These are things that in Indian culture help you kind of get in touch with your inner spirituality. So again, this is getting in touch with your goddess within and bringing her out to play. So there's that. I dropped my box here. There we go. Just like the last box, this one has a beautiful recycled silk sari. These are really good for accent pieces. You can use them as like a placemat in the home to decorate. If you have sacred space, if you have an altar in your home, you can use it to decorate that. Really beautiful. The last one was very spring colory to go with the Holy Festival. This one is much more regal. These beautiful purples and maroons that are kind of royal feeling colors, and the gold detailing on here. Very, very pretty. And then finally, I got a little something special in my box. I have a little card here depicting the Indian goddess Durga, who happens to be my favorite goddess. And I've talked many times with the founder of Ashi Box through social media, things like that. We talk about different goddesses. When she's celebrating the Durga Spring Festival, I happen to mention that Durga is my favorite goddess across any culture, really. For someone who's studied religious culture across the world, to be able to say this is my favorite is a big statement. And the reason Durga is my favorite, and it's hard to see here again, but Durga has many arms, and she's holding many different what are considered weapons. Not all of them are weapons, but they are symbols that represent some kind of a power. You may see a book to represent knowledge. Knowledge is a weapon in a way, but it's not all going to be, there's a sword, there's a spear, but there's also a shell and a flower, and these represent traits. The reason she has so many arms and so many different traits that she's holding is because the goddess Durga was kind of created to fight off a demon that was threatening the world, and she was created because no single god had enough power to overcome this demon on their own. So what they had to do was combine all their powers into one entity so that all these things could be working at the same time to defeat this demon trying to destroy the earth. When they put all their powers together, they came up with Durga. She rode into battle. She's on a tiger here, very often depicted like that with all the weapons. And she slayed the demon. In fact, the long form of Durga's name, Durga, it's been a while since I pronounced this. Let me see if I can still get it right. Durga Mahishasura Mardini. Apologies if I butchered that, but it literally means Durga the Demon Slayer. So that is her long name. And she's always kind of spoken to me because, I feel like, so this box is the goddess within. I don't feel like I'm speaking out of turn to relate myself to a goddess right now. But I feel like I've done so many things in my life, and I've managed to slay some demons of my own because my life has had so many diverse different things, and I'm carrying all of these weapons, as it were, to be able to handle some of the situations that I've had to go through. And so I think that's one of the reasons I identify with Durga so much and why she's my favorite. So it was really wonderful for this to be included in my box, a special little extra treat. And ironically, my Ashi box got mixed in with the other ones before my label could be put on it, and she wasn't sure it was actually going to make it to me, and somehow through random happenstance the label went on the right box, and I got the box that was meant for me. And this actually goes along with the theme even better. According to Indian culture, you don't choose the god or the goddess that you attune yourself with. They choose you, and they speak to you. Durga chose me, so much so that she made sure she got to me, which is kind of an honor, and a really nice way to kind of tie together everything in this box. The goddess within you is yourself, but it's also what speaks to you. You don't choose your power. Your power speaks to you and through you. And hopefully with some of these wonderful things, you can be a little bit more attuned to the goddess that's within you and the goddess that's chosen you and express your power a little bit better. So I'm going to grab my box here again, and we're going to go through everything else as I'm repacking. So my little extra Durga goes in here, right there. We got the silk sari that everything comes wrapped in. I've got my henna design book and my henna tubes here. We've got the various bindi pins along with all of the colors. We've got an herbal facial steam, very luxurious. I've got still on. I've still got my armband on. Put that back in its little pouch. I'm about to lose the box again. And then finally the yoga towel, which I didn't fold up very nicely. Probably won't fit back in the box. But the yoga mat towel here for your daily yoga. As usual, the box comes with an explanation of all the different items. It comes with a little bit of information on goddess power, the theme of the box. So in India, the power of the goddess is called Shakti. That's the energy of the divine feminine. So there's a little more information about that there, along with ways to tap into your inner goddess, connecting with nature, creating a community and a tribe around yourself that shares the same values, things like that. And then there's also yoga poses to relate to. Well, there's goddess pose, which is an obvious one, and then a couple other variations on that to help you channel your Shakti, and then some meditations and mantras on the back too. So there's always tons of information, tons of goodies, and a lot of things to be learned and to be enjoyed in every Ashi box. So here is my Goddess Within. Put that over there so don't drop it again. I'll be doing a full review on the blog of this as well, so you can get a little bit more information, and I'll write out the names that I'm not so good at pronouncing all the time, with links to even more information. And of course, you can always sign up for your own Ashi box, so you don't have to wait for me to review the next one. You can go to ashibox.com and sign up for 1 month, a 3-month, recurring subscription, whatever you want to have all of these beautiful things delivered right to your door every month. So again, check out the review once it's on the blog. I'll post the link down there by the comments. You guys can leave some comments, talk to me, talk to AshiBox. They're great. Check us out on social media. All those links are down there too. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.